All right. Well, welcome to the first ever House Money Fantasy NFL lineup builder. Today with me, I have Matt and TJ. How are you guys doing today?
Good. How are you?
Cheesy. Not Matt. That's not my name.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I forget. He's cheesy, not Matt. So better get used to that one. Today we're going to run you through just a quick lineup builder. If we have time, we'll do both cash and GPP. We're going to start, I think, with the GPP lineup, just to go through and give you some guys you should consider and put a lineup together and see how it goes.
All right, I'll share my screen here for you guys. I'm gonna get drafting lineup builder up. All right, are we up?
Not yet.
Okay.
It is a black screen. There we go. We
Right,
have power.
Let's start here by building a cash lineup, I would say.
Okay, that's fine. Let's go cash.
All right, so my favorite three plays, I would say Aaron Rodgers up top.
I agree.
I would go with Dak Prescott at 6,100, who for some reason, no matter what he does, DraftKings won't raise his price.
I don't get it.
Marcus Mariota at 5,700. What do you
see? Since I'm crazy, I think 100% Jay Cutler is the way to go. But I guess the next best option, Dak Prescott sounds good, and I'd like Rodgers too. So either of those, I'd be fine with in a cash lineup.
Well, we can go smoking Jay Cuddy for the GPP line.
There we go.
Rob, are you good with Dak Prescott?
I'm good with Dak. Yeah, I like Mariota. He's been on fire lately. I just can't trust him from week to week.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I would say, so if you look at his games, he has 3 games. There's one. Over 28 points, but then he's also got a couple duds here with 9 and 7. And I'd rather just take
even
Dak, who hasn't put up a dud like that.
I agree. And even last week, I mean, he had a decent output, but yet an interception for a touchdown, a fumble for a touchdown. He's just not a good quarterback. He's okay for fantasy, but he's not a good quarterback.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott has one game this season under 18 points, and that was week 1.
Yeah, so he's the perfect cash play.
He's hit 3x every single week since his first career start, where he didn't. And every single week he's been great.
Yeah, I completely agree with it.
28 and 23, and his price doesn't go up, or went up 300.
Yeah, no, plug him in, and we'll move on to running back here.
All right, we're plugging in. I'm not even going to consult you guys on this one. David Johnson.
David Johnson. Or as the fantasy footballers like to say, David Johnson.
Yeah, and this San Francisco run defense is just terrible. I mean, their last 3 games, they've allowed 270 yards rushing a game. That's absurd.
Yeah.
He has a legitimate shot at getting over 200 yards in this game. I wouldn't even be surprised. All right, now this gets a little tricky here. Who else do you guys like as some cash running backs, Cheesy?
I don't know if we'll be able to fit him in most lineups, but I definitely like Jay Ajayi, who is, I don't know, absolute terror so far. The past 3 weeks, he has 529 yards and 4 touchdowns, compared to Todd Gurley, who on the season has 451 yards and 3 touchdowns. So I think if we could get him in there, I like him. If not, Darren Sproles his usage is going up every week. His snap count's going up every week. He's now announced the #1 running back on Philly. So
yeah,
gosh.
Especially against an Atlanta defense that I think they're one of the worst defenses at stopping running backs receiving out of the backfield. They were worse in the league last year, and I believe they were 26th this year. So he should easily catch like 5 balls for 50 yards, and he's going to get the majority of the work at their running back position. Rob, you go with Sproles?
It was Sproles. I just want to throw out a couple other names that I would consider using, since we're obviously just locking in DJ, but I would consider Ezekiel Elliott, obviously, Le'Veon Bell, and Melvin Gordon.
Yeah. I actually like DeMarco Murray for cash. I know there's probably a lot of people that don't want to play him against Green Bay.
Green Bay's not as good as their numbers show. They had a really easy schedule to start the season, and Ezekiel Elliott destroyed them.
Yeah, against like good run blocking lines, like Dallas, obviously, and Atlanta.
Right.
Ezekiel Elliott and Devontae Freeman had solid games. And the Titans are the 3rd best run blocking offensive line. So I'm not too worried about him. He's hit 3x in, I believe, all but one game this season. And he's got
6,900.
Yeah, over 20 carries in 5 of his last 6. So I'm good with that. I'm good with Sproles here.
And now Derrick Henry's not in, so there's no one there to take any carries away from him.
Yeah. So let's just, I say, save some money.
I think we go Sproles. Yeah, I agree. If we're going DJ, we got to go Sproles.
Mm-hmm. All right. Teasy, who's your favorite wide receiver up top?
That would be, let's say Mike Evans.
Okay.
Alshon Jeffrey. That's what I want to say.
Alshon Jeffrey.
Are you just saying
Alshon
that because of the
Jeffrey.
price?
I'm saying that because he's
You love smoking
6,600. I'm saying that because that too. Vernon Hargreaves, 117th ranked quarterback in ranked quarterbacks, and he only has 1 touchdown this season. Doesn't this feel like a game that total will double, maybe triple?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's fully healthy, I believe. He's off the injury report for like the first
off the injury report.
2 years. So,
Yeah, and we all know, I mean, I'm a Bears fan. I know TJ, you are too, but we all know Jay Cutler focuses on usually one quarterback or one receiver, and it used to be Brandon Marshall, now it's Alshon Jeffrey. So he's his red zone target. I mean, he's going to be positive regression is going to show that he's going to start getting touchdowns, and I could see him getting 2 this game.
Yeah, very possible.
The only concern I have is he's 6,600, which means you need basically at least 18 points out of him for cash, and
he's yet to do that. Yeah.
So I mean, it's a little scary, but I'm fine plugging in if that's good with you guys.
Yeah, I think the price is just too hard to pass up right now.
Yep. All right, who else we got in here?
By the way, I do like Mike Evans, but I don't know if I'd spend 9,000 in a cash lineup.
Yeah, that's
That's why I was a little hesitant on that.
GPP, I'm all for it though.
Of these top 3, so you got Julio Jones versus Philly, which actually isn't as bad of a matchup as it looks.
No, and I love that it's red. I love him in GPP.
I love that. He's a great shot in GPP. And then we have Mike Evans, obviously playing against the Bears' pretty terrible pass defense. I think they've allowed the 3rd most drafting points to wide receiver ones.
Well, yeah, I'm showing that they have actually been the worst over the last 5 weeks.
Okay, over the last 5 weeks.
Yeah.
He leads the NFL in targets and touchdowns, and he already had his bye.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a monster.
So who do you like? You like Tuesday? I assume you like Mike Evans the most out of these top 3.
Yeah, Mike Evans out of the top 3. I have 79 GPP lineups. He's in 43 of them.
All right.
Nice. Because we went Sproles and saved some cash, we might be able to fit him in.
You'd want him over Antonio Brown in cash?
What's their price difference? I don't have it.
89 for Antonio Brown and 9 for Mike Evans.
So $100. I'd probably take my chances with Evans.
Okay. So if we can put him in here, you know what? That's not going to give us a lot of salary. We have 3,900 remaining per player.
Yeah,
you can hold him out for now.
Yeah, let's hold him out.
Okay, let's hold him out. All right, let's just scroll down here then. Who else do you guys like at the wide receiver position? Okay, go ahead, Rob. What are you gonna say?
The one guy I'd like to throw out there is Jordan Matthews.
Oh, that's one of the guys I was just about to say. I don't know if I can trust him for cash, but I really, really like him for GPP.
I actually like him for both.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, he leads their team in targets pretty much every week, and Atlanta's not the best pass defense. I have him in yearly. Yeah, I have him in yearly, and I know he's been pretty consistent as far as that goes. He's not. The reason I don't like him in GPP is he never really goes off.
Yeah, he's kind of get 11 catches for 65 yards and a touchdown.
Something that makes me a little bit nervous about Jordan Matthews is the past few weeks, Nelson Aguilar has been getting more red zone looks than any other Eagle. So.
Okay. Yeah.
Makes me a little nervous.
He does have 25 targets the last 2 weeks, which is pretty appealing for a guy that's 5,900.
Yeah, I just think the value is there for his price.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if you want to spend up, I'm okay with going to Michael Thomas too. I know it's a tough matchup on paper, but
I don't know if I could do that in cash. I like it in GPP, but cash is a little.
I like a little bit more than Jordan Matthews. $200 less. Tyrell Williams.
Okay.
This is the game that people are gonna realize that he's like a top 15 receiver in fantasy right now.
well, and Travis Benjamin is doubtful to play, so
Mm-hmm.
No, that actually. So I would actually say, let me know what your guys' thoughts on this though. But I believe Dontrell Inman is where is he?
34,
Is he 34?
I think.
if he's that low, I think he might be the play actually.
34. Like he might. I like Tyrell Williams, but for 34, Dontrell Inman might be the lock and play. But that's.
No, I can get behind that
I
actually.
feel like
Because
Yeah.
Travis Benjamin is out, I can get behind that. If Travis Benjamin plays, I don't know if I would trust it, but he's really doubtful, and
exactly.
I doubt he's going to be in.
I'm fine with that. I like Tyrell Williams more for GPP. I think his ceiling is higher. But Dontrell Inman for.
You're definitely right. Dontrell Inman. If Benjamin's out, Inman's number 2 receiver. There's no way he doesn't hit his 3x, which is like what 10 points.
Yeah, like 12, like 10 points. So and then also down here we have some people are going to want to play Pierre Garçon because Deshaun Jackson's out. I wouldn't recommend it. He should be running his routes against Xavier Rhodes. So I probably wouldn't do that. Where was it? Marquise Lee. I know a lot of people are actually on Marquise Lee.
I only like him if Hearns is out.
Has he been ruled out yet, or?
No, he's just still
I believe
questionable.
he's questionable at the moment. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think he's practiced.
He's had some decent. I mean, he had 12, 21, 13, and then a 2-pointer, but he hasn't practiced. You said, Rob?
He's been doing like on the side work, and that's pretty much all I'm seeing.
All right, so let's spend up more. How do you guys feel about JJ Smith? That's another one that I hear a lot of people are on.
My only concern with that is that they're going to run up that score, and why are they going to pass?
Yeah, a lot of people locking in Carson Palmer. I think that's a big mistake. David Johnson's probably going to have 35 rush attempts.
Yeah.
So I don't really see much of a ceiling with Carson Palmer.
Palmer's a trap game, in my opinion. It looks good on paper, but I'm trying to see if I had anything. Yeah, I'm just confirming Alan Hearns didn't practice in concussion protocol. 50-50 chance to play.
All right, so let's then. Geez, I know you're a big fan of Jamison Crowder this week.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to the Vikings, but they can't really stop people over the middle. The past 2 weeks, Golden Tate and Zach Miller totaled for 18 catches, 167 yards, and a touchdown against this Vikings team. Crowder's had double-digit drafting points in all but one game this season. He's been getting a lot of usage. Sean Jackson's out. I think he's a great play for cash. And nice little double dip, Crowder, Redskins defense. I love that.
Yeah, I completely agree.
22 targets the last 2 weeks. Cash, yes.
Yeah, I think he's the play in Washington with Jackson out. I don't, like you said, I don't think it's, and I'm blanking on his name.
Pierre Garçon,
yeah.
Yeah. If he has
the Frenchman.
I like Jordan Reed a lot too.
Yeah, Jordan Reed should be. Maybe we can fit him in.
So you guys prefer paying down at tight end this week? Or, I mean,
I do. I usually pay down.
Yeah. So who do we got on here? Zach Miller. I like a lot. There was one play. Here we go. Lance Kendricks. I know a lot of people are on Lance Kendricks this week.
He's getting the targets. People just don't see it.
Yeah.
For 3,000, I mean, it's almost minimum salary. I like it. If you want to spend up a little bit more, I'm okay with Zach Ertz. He finally had a decent game last week. And they're playing the Falcons, who are not the best against the tight end position.
I don't think you can ever roster Zach Ertz in a cash lineup.
Yeah, no, he's probably more GPP.
Is there any other, Cheesy, what other tight ends do you like this week? Wait, let's just do
The tight ends that I've been using the most are Zach Miller and Lance Kendricks, and also if we want to pay up, not really for cash, I guess, but Travis Kelce I like a lot too. Panthers secondary is pretty terrible, and tight ends are doing fairly well against them. So, and with Macklin out, I could see Kelce having a nice game here.
Yeah, so let's pay down here. We can always move up if we have extra salary, and I think the move when you're paying down is Lance Kendricks.
I agree.
I don't see anyone else that I would like it on that. He should be fine for 3x this week. He needs 9 points. He's gotten that last 3 weeks. All right, flex position. We have, let's see.
Because I feel like we got to go running back again, right? I mean,
we have a lot to spend, so we can probably move up somewhere else after we pick this. So I would just pick one of the top plays. Who do we like?
I was expressing my love for J.J. earlier, so I think he's not a bad option if we're paying up here.
Was Crowder our third receiver?
Yeah, we have Jeffrey, Inman, and Crowder, so we can probably pay up if we save someone at the flex.
All right, so here's what I like to do at this point. I like to plug in a defense and see how much cash I have left.
Okay, let's do that then.
Yeah, let's agree on our defense.
Favorite defenses?
Like I said before, I like double dipping with Crowder Redskins, so that would be my vote for our Redskins defense.
I like that, and I actually like Redskins Z too, but that's more of a GPP play. I feel like we could do that, actually.
Yeah, I'm okay with that in cash. I've been looking at the Redskins. I was looking at, I was actually looking at the Green Bay, as bad as that sounds, just because
Mariota's pretty prone to giving the ball away.
Exactly. He likes to turn it over.
Yeah, that was the early season strategy for me, was just picking every defense facing the Titans, and it worked out.
Yeah, you could probably do something similar with Houston, but I don't even see where's their price.
Houston's 3,800 on the road in Jacksonville.
Oh, they're the highest priced defense. Never mind. Yeah. No, I won't do that. I'd rather go Cardinals.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
How do you guys feel about Ryan or the Rams defense versus Ryan Fitzpatrick? Is he practicing yet?
I think Bryce Petty might play, which could, I don't know if that makes it better or worse.
You have to play the Rams? I don't.
I have that he was a limited participant.
Okay. So let's go. We can go Redskins D here then. And now we got.
It's like middle of the road.
We're gonna move.
Oh jeez, we're gonna have to. Yeah.
10,000.
Let's pick one of the top flexes.
Or.
What was that, Rob?
I was gonna say, or do we pay up for the Cardinals defense against San Francisco? Gives us 9,500.
Yeah.
Which is enough for anyone.
Right.
I'm bored with Cardinals.
Hell, we could put in another quarterback at 9,500. If that was allowed.
There you go. We can put Cardinals D in there. We still have 9,500. So let's just put in a flex here that we'd like, and we can always move up from Inman or Crowder or one of these players.
All right, so we definitely are agreeing though running back is the play, right?
Running back and flex?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely agree on that. What do you guys like? I like Melvin Gordon actually more than Jay Ajayi. I know Cheesy mentioned Jay Ajayi. Melvin Gordon is actually better the last 3 weeks, believe it or not. And then this is insane.
Well, when you look up your thing here, what's crazy to me is the guy didn't score a single touchdown last year, and right now he leads the NFL with 11.
Yeah, he has 46 red zone carries. That's leading the NFL. Second most is LeGarrette Blount with 30. So he has 16 more.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and the thing
about that
is the best way actually to beat this Miami defense with the running back is by passing the ball to the running back position. They allow like over 60 receiving yards a game to the running back position, and J.J. just hasn't really done that so much. I guess last week he caught 3 balls. Before that, one. So that's what worries me a little bit about J.J. And I think that's what Melvin Gordon is getting over the last 3 weeks. He's getting over 32 touches a game, I believe. So that's just absurd. Like that's.
Yeah, he's no longer touchdown dependent.
He's not.
Yeah, I'm good with either running back from that game as our flex. I'm good with that.
Devontae Booker is 7. How do you guys feel about Devontae? You playing any Devontae Booker in GPP against New Orleans?
God. I have more shares of Capri Bibbs in GPP than I do Devontae Booker.
Okay. Yeah. He shouldn't. I mean, that's way too high for me.
There's him at 7K when his role is decreasing, not increasing, and there's guys like Ajayi, Gordon, DeMarco Murray all around that price.
So let's just.
So are we going with Gordon? I just want to pitch in that I kind of like Elliott more, but just because of matchup. Yeah, Miami's actually been pretty good against the run. I'm looking at the last 5 weeks. They are ranked 24th against the run over the last 5 weeks, and I don't have their opponents in front of me. I'm trying to do it off memory, but
18th in DVOA, or 16th, my bad. 16th in DVOA.
And I'm looking at Pittsburgh, who's actually been a little bit stingier over the last 3 weeks, but if we throw in the last 5, it's not as pretty of a picture. 6th most points to the running back position.
I'm good with Zeke. I'm good with Melvin Gordon. I'm good with DeMarco Murray. I like Jay Ajayi for GPP. I don't know if I can.
I do too. In fact, if we're gonna do a GPP one, I say we get it going and put him in right away.
All right, let's put in. We can put in Zeke.
Yeah.
And then we still have some salary.
Yeah, we'll put.
What do you guys want to move up? Probably put
All right, so we went Elliott, 1,600.
Oh, let me just say it.
We could change.
About Ezekiel Elliott is don't think it's going to happen, but the Steelers at home are always scary, so there's potential that they put up a lot of points, which Dallas may be throwing the ball. I don't know, but we're fine with rostering Dak and Zeke again for cash because we already have Dak in this lineup.
It worked last
week. I'm okay with it.
I know, it did work last
week. Right, I'm okay with it in cash.
So who do we want to? Let's see who.
So if we pay up on Crowder, the guys I'm looking at here that we see are Ty Montgomery. Green Bay wide receivers in a row: Montgomery, Cobb, Adams.
I don't think we could use any of those guys in cash.
Yeah, I can't use any Green Bay receiver in cash personally.
I think we just stick with Crowder. I think we look at moving up on Inman.
Yeah, so
or maybe we move up from Kendricks.
Yeah, I think that would be the.
You think so?
The move.
40s.
I mean, I don't really know. We could go to.
I was gonna say we could go to Delaney Walker actually.
Yeah, that would be.
I think he's good for cash.
Packers secondary is pretty bad. I guess that's not bad.
Like he's not gonna have this blowout game, but 15, 11, 21 over the last 3 weeks, 9, 5, and 8 targets. He actually looks like he's a little bit healthier.
I can get on board with that.
He's still dealing with a groin injury, but yeah.
All right, so let me just we'll keep our wide receivers the same then.
And that leaves us exactly $0. But I'm okay with it.
I like Delaney Walker. Get behind that. All right, so here's our lineup. Dak Prescott, David Johnson, Darren Sproles, Alshon Jeffrey, Dontrell Inman, Jamison Crowder, Delaney Walker, Zeke Elliott at flex, and the Cardinals defense.
Perfect.
I like it.
I think that's a solid lineup for 3X. All right, let's roll with a GPP lineup here. And I think we should do a game stack here. Cheesy, I know you're all over one of the games this week. Why don't we talk about that one?
Yeah, I'm not really sure why this isn't the highest over-under the week, but Chicago and Tampa Bay, I just feel like both those defenses are so bad. Jameis Winston, Jay Cutler, I love both of them in GPP. I think both of them have great games. I think we should do a game stack with that.
Do you prefer Cutler to Winston?
I definitely do prefer Jay Cutler to Jameis Winston. It's cheaper. Okay. Alshon Jeffrey got this great matchup. Vernon Hargreaves. I think the Bears actually might win this game. I know that might make you guys happy.
It depends on how you look at it.
Yeah, right.
Although the division is actually up for grabs, surprisingly.
It's crazy. Yeah,
in third. I mean, who would have thought that? And Green Bay or Minnesota on 3 weeks in a row they've lost. So
Yeah, definitely. The only concern I have about Jay Cutler is I love the spot. I love the matchup.
I'm worried about his upside.
Yeah, his ceiling. I mean, he has since the start of 2014, he has one game with over 3 touchdowns or three or more touchdowns. So that's kind of.
Yeah, and he's not a 300-yard passer either.
That's the only concern, but I really love the spot.
So it's $1,000 more to go up to Winston if we're going to game stack. What we could do is build it with Cutler, and if we have money left over, we can pay up.
Okay, so I'm assuming with the rest of this game stack, we want to get Mike Evans in there.
Mike Evans.
Highest ceilings in the entire NFL. I mean, 41 points. We saw it last week. He had 11 catches for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. He could definitely do that again.
Yeah, I mean, he's coming off a concussion, but he was cleared, and he's been in full practice, so he's good to go.
Okay. And then we can throw – I'm sure we want to get Alshon in there.
Yeah, you got to get Alshon in there.
I just want to point out, if you want to go contrarian, as long as it's announced before the game, I would also consider going Eddie Royal instead of Cutler. Like I said, if you want to do a contrarian stack, because before Cutler got hurt, Royal was actually the guy. I mean, he was. I think he had 3 touchdowns before Cutler got hurt, and plenty of targets. So, again, if you want to do some type of contrarian game stack and save some money, Royal would be an option.
First few games,
not Meredith, I don't think.
Yeah, I prefer Royal to Meredith. So we can revisit that, but for right now, let's just leave him out.
Yeah, no, I agree.
If we end up going Winston, we can switch him back in, and then I'm assuming you also want to put Zach Miller in.
Yeah, I like Zach. I like both of them, but I prefer Zach Miller.
Right. Okay. We can put Zach Miller in there. All right, let's build the rest of this. I just want to mention some other GPP quarterbacks that I like. Drew Brees, I feel like he's going to be kind of a popular contrarian option. If that makes sense. I think there's actually going to be a decent amount of people playing him because it's kind of like the unstoppable force versus an immovable object, as in Drew Brees at home is an unstoppable force, and this Denver defense is pretty outstanding. So it's going to be an interesting battle there. And then I like Cam Newton. I think the Panthers could put up a lot of points in this game. So I do like Cam. He's due for a big game. I don't know who to stack him with. So I'm probably going to be off him. And then Big Ben at home is always a GPP.
That was a guy I was going to make sure was mentioned. I love Ben at home. His home road split is almost as bad as Drew Brees. Yeah, and he's coming off the second game back from injury. And usually the first game back he doesn't do as well. And you could tell he was really rusty to start that game. And then
in the fourth quarter, he started to pick it up.
Exactly. So, I mean, Big Ben is definitely a GPP play for me.
Breaking news that might help Big Ben. Ladarius Green was just activated off the PUP list. So
was he?
Maybe he gets another red zone target.
That's interesting. So, and then also Mariota was.
Yeah, Mariota.
We already mentioned, but his ceiling is.
Yeah, it's crazy.
8,700. You could easily hit 5x, close to 6x maybe.
Yeah, it's those running yards.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that. All right, let's move to running back then.
If we're going to continue the game stack, yeah, let's plug Ajayi in because we can't game stack everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't game stack. So let's plug in Ajayi. I do like Jordan Howard for this game stack. How do you guys?
I do as well. Yep, I already put him in my screen.
That Tampa Bay's one of the worst teams at stopping. There we go. At stopping running backs receiving out of the backfield, and Jordan Howard has shown that he can be a receiving running back. So
do we want to go Jay Howard, Alshon, and Zach Miller? Is that the route we're taking?
No. I don't think we want to do all that, and we have 4,600 remaining per player, so I don't know if playing.
I think one running back option that we could use to save money is CJ Procise, 3,900.
Yeah, let's go down to him. Yeah. We also have Peyton Barber. We could go too. If Doug Martin is out, he's going to be the number 1 running back there. So, why are we going Procise here, Cheesy?
he's starting to outsnap Christine Michael, and you got to figure that the Patriots will be able to put up points, which will mean the Seahawks will be in more passing situations.
Exactly.
Definitely benefit TJ Procise. He's had his workload's increasing each week. I think he'd have a nice game here.
You're not concerned that he's only gotten over 4 DraftKings points once?
Yeah, this is why he'd be a GPP play, not necessarily a cash play.
So I like him. How do we feel about Peyton Barber if Doug Martin is rolled out and he's basically the only healthy running back that the Bears has left?
I don't know if people know this. Bears' run defense it's been pretty solid. Yeah.
I wouldn't go that route.
Kind of a workload play. And then also down here, if we want to get really cheap, we can go. Where's he at? Rob Kelly. I know it's versus Minnesota, but he's gonna get. I heard that Matt Jones could be a healthy scratch this game.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
And I mean, Rob Kelly's gonna be the #1 running back. He's got 21 carries for 87 yards and a touchdown last week. I don't know if he can do that again, but with that workload, that's a nice play. I don't. If Matt Jones is ruled out, I actually don't even mind him for cash. I mean, you need 10 points from a starting running back that's going to get 20 touches. That's not even against the Minnesota.
If he doesn't get that, he shouldn't be a starter.
What was that?
If he doesn't get 10 points with 20 touches, he shouldn't be in the NFL.
So let's throw in. I think Process has a lot of upside, especially with the PPR on DK. Let's just throw him in there. And then
The other guy to mention is Chris Ivory.
Oh yes, Chris Ivory. What is his price on here?
God, Chris Ivory.
So
The Tusk.
Yes, the Tusk. So he finally saw a decent amount of touches last week. He had 18 touches, 2 targets, which he caught for 0 yards. The only downfall is he did have a fumble, but going up against Houston's defense, their run defense has actually been the 3rd worst defense to the running back position over the last 3 weeks. So I would.
You know what? Let's throw in Chris. Oh, my bad. Put JJ back in. Let's throw in Chris Ivory in there. And then another thing. Where'd JJ go? I had Chris Ivory on my season-long team last year, and that dude is just he's just a really good running back, actually. Like, if you watch him play, I think he's actually a really talented running back. I know he doesn't really have much opportunity, but
That's what he needs, though. He needs the carries.
Yeah.
I mean, if he gets 20 touches a game, he'll have a good game.
I'm in the minority here. I think TJ Yeldon's a better play. I think they'll be passing more. I think TJ Yeldon's are passing down back. I think I'd rather use him in a GPP.
Okay. Oh wait, let me just get one more guy that I like in here. Jonathan Stewart. Where are you?
I like Stewart.
I love Stewart this week. I think so. The Kansas City defense is 32nd in variance, which means they're a very volatile defense who can either be put up a big game one week or just get torched another week. The Panthers at home, we all know Panthers have one of the best home road splits, or I guess worst, depending on how you look at it. So I really like Jonathan Stewart, especially with Cam not rushing as much in the red zone. I think Eric Berry could easily shut down Greg Olsen in this game. So the touchdowns are going to have to come basically from Stewart or Benjamin. So I think he has a lot of touchdown equity here. And I mean, we saw in his last 3 weeks, he has two touchdown games. So he has 2 touchdown upside here, I think. And I like that play. You know, let's plug him in there, and then we'll see. We can always move down if we have to. Who do we like at wide receiver? Who's a good GPP wide receiver play? Cheesy, who do you got?
What price are we looking like? How much average remaining salary we got?
4,500 remaining per player. So,
around that range. Like I said before, I like Jamison Crowder a lot. I think he's good for cash and GPP, but Rashard Matthews is an option, or JJ Nelson. A lot of people like him, but I don't really think using any of the passing game targets in Arizona is a good strategy, considering what they're going to do is just feed David Johnson. I think Sammy Coates might not be a bad play for GPP. It's always in play that he goes for 4 for 150 and 2 scores or something.
Are you guys fine with not having David Johnson in this lineup?
I'm okay with it for GPP.
Okay, Rob, who do you like?
Yeah,
wide receiver under 5,000.
couple guys. I like Mohamed Sanu.
Okay.
He's one of those guys that could put up a 2-touchdown game. I kind of like Kenny Britt, but not as much as I like Brian Quick this week.
Okay.
JJ Nelson at 4,200. I know we talked about it earlier. It could be that the passing game doesn't happen, but again, it could.
Smash value on one catch.
Right, exactly.
70-yard touchdown catch.
Yeah, I mean, 4,200. I agree with the Sammy Coates play. I mean, he's been awful, which means people are going to be off of him. Let's see. I want to say over the last 2 weeks.
In his home games this year, he's averaging 15.6 DraftKings points in his 4 home games. But that includes his one. His one.
Was that 35-point game? Yeah.
So I mean,
he was coming off that hand injury. He's supposed to be fully healthy. He had 5 targets last week, no catches. Had a really bad drop. The week before that, he had 1 catch for 4 yards. So people are going to be off of him, which means we play him.
All right, let's plug him in there. Let's do our defense first, like we did last time. Who's a good? Any GPP defenses you guys like?
Again, I like the Jaguars if you want to go cheap. I mean, not the Jaguars, the Packers if you want to go cheap.
Yeah, I like that play too. You prefer the Packers to the Rams? Rams are 100 less.
Oh yeah, I do like the Rams at 2,900.
Yeah.
What does that give us for flex? It gives us $6,700, and we kept Jeffrey, so that's solid.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, so let's if we need more, we can move down.
Marius Thomas, Spencer Ware, is he good to go?
Yeah, I believe he is. I feel like not a single person's talking about Spencer Ware.
That might be the GPP play. I also like Lamar Miller because no one's talking about him either with the shoulder injury, and Jacksonville has been pretty bad against the running back lately. I have him as. I
haven't heard much talk about him either, but I heard that on this Fantasy Aces contest, he's at 8% ownership, which is, I mean, it's not high, but it's definitely a lot higher than I thought it would be, considering I haven't heard a single person talk about him. But
so basically, the experts are not telling you to use them for a reason.
That
could be it.
Carolina's run defense actually ranks 4th in DVOA, so I don't know if I like that play a lot. And their pass defense is a lot more exploitable. And then going down here, how do you guys feel about? We could go Jordan Reed at flex.
Oh yeah, I'd like to get some exposure to him, so I'd be okay with that.
Going 2 tight ends in GPP is always fun. I could get on board with that.
You know what? Let's if we do that, do we have any money?
We got 500, but I don't.
I mean, we could move up. Maybe some Coates. Who else is in this range?
I think I like Coates' upside more.
You like Coates over JJ Nelson?
I do.
Rashard Matthews here. Okay.
Rashard Matthews is touchdown dependent. I love him in yearly. I prefer him in cash actually.
Yeah. All right. So let's plug in Sammy Coates. We can just see here if we want to move up from Jonathan Stewart, and if not, we'll just keep this lineup.
Who are our running backs that we had? Stewart and Procise?
No, we have Ajayi and Stewart.
Ajayi and Stewart, yeah. So we can do. I like Mark Ingram a lot. I don't know which one. Don't ask which one, but either him or Tim Hightower is going to have a big game. That's how you beat this Denver defense, is with the running back position. The Saints are going to have to use their running backs. I don't know which one they're going to use.
Mark Ingram's cursed.
One of them is going to have a decent game.
He wasn't cursed last week.
He wasn't cursed last week, but I don't know if you guys remember what he did the week before.
John Kuhn game? Oh, do you remember the John Kuhn game?
John Kuhn game. I loved that. The John Kuhn game. That was amazing. Yeah, 3 touchdowns? 2 touchdowns?
Yes, 3 touchdowns for like 5 yards.
It was amazing.
Who would have thought that this season we'd see Carlos Hyde and Jordan Howard and Jacquizz Rodgers get more expensive than Todd Gurley?
Yeah, no one.
I was saying that yesterday. I don't mind Todd Gurley in a GPP.
I'm okay with Ingram, Gurley, or Stewart, and it's just staying with Stewart. Actually, I prefer let's stick with Stewart.
Yeah, 2 touchdown upside with Stewart. I like this lineup. We got the game stack of Jay Cutler, Mike Evans, Alshon Jeffrey, and Zach Miller. And then we have at running back, Jay Ajayi, Jonathan Stewart. We also have Sammy Coates at receiver, Jordan Reed at flex, and the Rams defense. I think there's a lot of upside with this lineup, and I'm fine rolling this out in the GPP. What do you guys think?
Me as well.
Sounds good.
I'm on board.
All right. That's gonna
All right.
wrap up the show here.
It was our first, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and make sure to tune in and check out housemoneyfantasy.com.
All right, thanks, guys.
No words, Cheesy?
Nah, nothing needed to add to this. We're
Okay.
awesome.
All right.
Cheesy FL.
All right.
All right. See you guys later.